Alright, this is section 5-7, adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Basically, what we need to know is find common denominators. So let's start with example number 1. Here's example 1. We've got 1/4 plus 2/3. We need the bottom numbers to be the same, so we've got to get common denominators. So I'm going to times this fraction by 4/4 and this fraction by 3/3. And what that's going to give me is 3/12. 1/4 is the same as 3/12 plus 8/12. So now I have common denominators. Now I just need to add the top. 8 plus 3 is 11. Bottom stays the same. And that is already simplified. So that's my final answer. That's number 1. Let's go to number 2. Alright, so let's go to example 2. Example 2 says 3/8 plus -7/12. Well, first of all, going back to our chapter 2 things we've learned, this is a plus negative. So what do we do with plus negative? Scribble out the plus sign. So now this is 3/8 minus 7/12. And these do not have common denominators, so the common denominator would be 24. I'm going to multiply this fraction by 3/3 and this one by 2/2. That's now going to give me 9/24. And now it says minus 14/24. So now when we subtract, it's 9 minus 14. That is -5/24. And just so we know, we can also write this fraction. Oops, that was a wrong bottom number. Write that as -5/24 or -5/24. So either way works, or you can put the negative on the bottom, but we usually don't do that. That's example A. Let's go to example B. Alright, on to example 2B. It says 1 2/9 plus -2 1/3. Again, this is a plus negative, so we scribble out the plus sign. So now it's a minus. And the other thing we got to do here is change these using the C method. So that would be 11/9, and then it says minus. And on this one you get 3 times 2 plus 1 is 7/3. So we're going to subtract on this one. We got to get common denominators again. The only thing you would need to do here is times the second one by 3/3. So that gives me 11/9 minus 21/9. And now subtract. So 11 minus 21 is -10. Bottom stays the same, so that's one answer. And then change it to a mixed number. You do bottom into top. 9 goes into 10 one time with 1 remaining out of 9, and it stays negative. So -10/9 and -1 1/9 are both the answers that you need to have on 2B. Let's go to example 3. Here's example 3. It says 1/21 minus 6/7. Got to get common denominators. Times by 3/3. I've now got 18/21. And 1 minus 18 is -17/21. Or you can write that as negative and then the fraction 17/21. So either way is the same thing. That was example A. Let's go to example B. Here's B, 6 1/2 minus 4 1/5. Let's do the C. Here you get 13/2 minus 21/5. Let's get common denominators. Timesing by 5/5 on one and 2 over 2 on the other. 13 times 5 is 65 over 10 minus 21 times 2 is 42 over 10. Go ahead and subtract. 65 minus 42 is 23 over 10. That is simplified, so that's an answer, but we also need to change it to a mixed number. Bottom into top, 10 goes into 23 2 times with a remainder 3. And you still leave the same bottom number, 10, on the bottom. Just like it is here, it's got to be there also. So there's your 2 answers for example 3B. And let's go on to example 4. And it says, to set up a computer network in an office, a 100-foot cable is cut and used to connect 3 computers. How much cable is left to connect the third? And in the picture it tells you it's got 19 1/8 and 40 3/4 feet already. So those are the first and second computers, and then there's got to be enough to connect the third one. And you got 100 feet total. So what they wanting you to do first is add these together and then subtract it from 100. So we're going to add, well, we could do this a couple ways. We can actually do a shortcut here. 40 plus 19 is 59. And then we can just add 1/8 and 3/4. So get common denominators. We would have 1/8 plus 6/8, which is 7/8. So that goes there. So we have 59 7/8 feet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that answer and we're going to subtract that from, I don't know why that won't change for me. We're going to subtract that from 100. So now we're going to take 100 and minus 59 7/8. You know, there's some tricky ways to do this. You can kind of do this in your head if this helps. But if you go from 100 to 60, that's 40. And then if you go from 60 down to 59 7/8, that's only an eighth. So that's how much will be the answer. But how do we show that with work and everything? Well, first of all, this is 100 over 1 minus, if we do our C here, this makes it kind of tricky, but we can still do it. We've got 59 times 8, and then we're going to add 7. So we get 72, 47. So 472 plus 7 is 479. So we got 479 over 8. Now we got to get common denominators. So bear with me here. I'm going to times the first fraction by 8 over 8. It's going to give me 800 over 8. So now if that helps you subtract, we've got 800 minus 479. So subtract that. 10 minus 9 is 1, 9 minus 7 is 2, 7 minus 4 is 3. So this comes out to 321 over 8. So that is an answer, and it will be simplified, but we've also got to change that to a mixed number. So 8 goes into 321. 8 goes into 3 0 times. 8 goes into 32 4 times. With nothing left, drop the 1. 8 goes into 1 0 times, and you get 0, so your remainder ends up being 1/8. So that's the remainder over 8. That's how we get our answer right here. So both of those work. That's the official showing all your work way to do it. Best of luck.